Hey everybody, this is Miss Florida Hot Picks here, and I wanted to share with you a workout using the 369 rundown, paying close attention to some hot key numbers that will hopefully get you some hot patterns in your states. So pay close attention to the video. If you notice that there's something very similar in your state, definitely comment below. We love to hear from you. Okay, and we're working with the state of Tennessee. Okay, I had a request from one of our members here, and they asked, Miss Florida, can you please check out the 369 rundown for Tennessee? I said, you know what, let's look it up. So I went back, backtracked for quite a few days. I made sure I paid close attention to what's been going on, and you guys have some really hot patterns, very, very hot patterns. So I want you to pay close attention. The first thing I do, we have to put the rundown together. Why do I use rundowns? They're my favorite methods on how to look at patterns for your Pick 3 lottery games. That's kind of my go-to. There are other things to use, so feel free to play around to see what works best for you. The other disclaimer that I have to put out here is I don't guarantee hits on the channel or in the membership. So I want you guys to make sure you're backtracking, practicing, and playing on paper first. If you feel comfortable, then you move forward. Okay? All right. So Pick 3 Tennessee, they had a hit of 170 on January 17th, midday. Now you notice here we have all these numbers. Now how do we count out the numbers to fill out the grid? Okay, so you're going to lock in the last hit that you're going to use. Okay, and then we're going to simply add each number down the columns. So let's add the first column together so you know how to count it out. Okay, so we're going to add 3 all the way down. So 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 3 is 10. When you get to your 2-digit numbers, only use your ones, place your 0. Okay, 0 plus 3 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9, 9 plus 3 is 12, use your 2, 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 3 is 11, only use your 1. Okay, so once you have your first column filled out, make sure the number you started with is the number that you end with. Then you would go ahead and proceed. You would add 6 all the way down the second column, 9 all the way down the third column. I know, a little different. I know we use the 1, 2, 3 rundown of 317, but playing around with different rundowns for your state, you may notice that you could predict your patterns a little bit better. So never be afraid to test other rundowns out. Okay? All right. So we have everything locked in. Now, I want you to pay close attention to what I call key digit numbers. Okay? And there can be variables and how people, pursue that. But when I think about key digit numbers, I think about the numbers 0, 5, 2, and 7. Okay? Key digits. Okay? This could be telling me that when you see these numbers together in a certain format, they may produce a particular pattern. Okay? And that pattern could be related to some hot numbers. Don't guarantee it. Every state works different, so make sure you understand that. So I noticed right away that there were some key digit numbers. Okay, and I noticed the 05 and 55. I noticed that like right off the bat. Okay, so we have the 05 and we have its mirror 55. Okay, pay close attention to that. Okay, so the thing is, you have to make sure that you understand what you're looking at. Whenever you see, like I said, you have a 05 and you have a 55. Now these are actually the same numbers, they're just mirrors of one another. So 05, you see them together, like, hold on, what's so special about that? They're actually mirror numbers, bringing us here. Okay, your mirror numbers, same number, they're just opposite. It's almost like us saying 00 or 55. The reason why I want you to know this so you don't miss patterns around them just because you don't see them as doubles. Okay, so what are the mirror numbers? A 0 could be a 5, or 5 could be a 0, as we see here. A 1 could be a 6, 6 could be a 1, 2 could be a 7, 7 could be a 2, 3 could be an 8, 8 could be a 3, 4 can be a 9, and a 9 could be a 4. Okay, so those are our mirror numbers. Make sure you guys have that down. Okay, so going back to the key digits, I've been noticing for the state of Tennessee, again, you'll have to backtrack your state and see if there's something very similar, that the numbers that are either sitting on top, running across could be hot, or the numbers running across on the bottom could be hot. When I see states that have numbers that run across and they're continuous in pattern, I pay close attention. Not every state may do that. Okay, so again, you have to pay attention, and then again, it depends on the rundown that you're using. Okay, so pay attention. So I'm seeing these. I'm going to alert myself to write down the numbers on the top and the numbers on the bottom. So we have 798. I'm going to write that down. Okay, on the bottom of that 05, I have a 316 going across. Okay, the 55. Now, why am I going to go to the 55? You notice the numbers are different, right? You see how that was a 798 here? The mirror of that number, pay attention, is 293. That's why you need to know mirrors. All right, that 316 becomes an 811. Now, why do you want to make sure that you pay close attention to your mirrors? Because what people don't understand about a rundown is about halfway through, okay, the numbers are just mirrors. So we started with 170. Midway through, we see 675. That's its mirror for this particular rundown. All right, so just like we saw the 05, 55, those are just mirrors. Guess what happened? Okay, you were to hold on to these numbers for maybe a couple of days. Okay, on January 18th morning, 798 hit straight across. It can happen. It could happen. That's why you got to pay attention to your patterns. 798 came straight across. Nice. Y'all go ahead and give your girl a thumbs up for that one. I so appreciate you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you already haven't. And also, make sure you join the membership if you're not already here. We'd love to have you. That way you can get these workouts as soon as they come out. You don't have to even wait till it comes out in the public. Love to have y'all. But yeah, it was just that simple. This is why I love key digit numbers. Sometimes, depending on what's going on with your state, numbers could hit straight across. Okay, nice little simple technique. It's just paying attention. Now, it does not mean that they're going to come the next draw. Doesn't always mean that. I think this took like maybe a draw or two because it came the next day. So pay close attention to that. All right. One more thing I wanted to note that can really help lock things in. Okay. Pay attention to the number that's in front or in back of their key digit. You got the number 7, you got the number 2. Notice the 7 is also part of the 798. So this is telling you, this is another key secret for Tennessee, that if something is going on in its key digits, pay attention to the numbers. Okay, they could match up. Sometimes it's their mirrors. So you got to know that. Okay, just like this 293, that could have been really, really hot. Okay, so you guys are going to want to pay close attention to that. That could be telling you which number to look at, especially if you're trying to do elimination. Okay, nice, very nice. But I'm not done. I got something else I want to show you. Ready? You ready? Yes, Miss Florida, we ready? Because you're a bomb. You're so sweet. Okay, let's do one more. I want to tie it all in. I don't like just doing one. Why? Because people will say, that ain't no real pattern. That was just, it happened. No, pay attention to your patterns. And the 0s and 5s are not the only key digits for Tennessee. Okay? Make sure you backtrack. All right, so we're going to notice here our key digits. Excuse me. Key digit numbers 0527. Make sure you keep that handy because you need to know that. Okay, got to know that. And make sure you also keep note of your mirror numbers. Okay, all right, so we're going to do the same thing. Now there's a trick here. You got both key digits here. You got this 77 and you got his mirror 2-7. You got a 5-5 and you got a 5-0. I'm gonna go to the 5-0, okay, for a reason. But when you see both of them, you probably want to give yourself an option to do both, okay? Just careful with it, all right? Be careful. Sometimes they'll sneak up on you. So we're gonna pay attention to that 5-5 and the 5-0, okay? So in case I didn't go over this, we're looking at January 17th evening. Tennessee had a hit of 896. Now notice the 5-5 and 5-0, but there's also a 7-7 and a 2-7, so you have to be careful, okay? You have to be careful. My thing would be pay attention to the numbers that's right in between both of them. What's in between both of them, right? Look at that. You got a 414 and a 919, okay? If you wanted to see what else could be possible, like looking at the 5-0, 391, but I'm going to put stars by these. Okay, the 5-0 also 896. If you're looking at the 2-7, the 919 we have, and we have the 414. It's mirror, right? You might want to also think about 537 on the bottom and 032, it's mirror. Because remember, it could be either top or bottom. You just have to pay close attention to what's going on, okay? Now, guess what hit? You've probably already seen it. The 919. Notice that these hits happen to come exact. Did you notice that? They may not always do that, okay? I'm just warning you that right now. That 919. So the 5-0 and the 2-7 had those hits sandwiched and right in between. Pay attention. And I'm going to also tell you, now watch this. Remember we were talking about those key numbers in front of the mirror or double? That's a key digit. 6, right? Well, 6 can also be a 1. That could have been something, okay? That 1, you notice the 1 and 1, they do match up. I probably would have thought the 414, but guess what? This is why I said you never can tell sometimes, okay? You got to do deeper study. But remember, everything after a certain point just mirrors. But that 919 was spot on, okay? So y'all like that, right? I love it too. So hopefully this will help you guys. Pay close attention to what's going on in your state. I can't guarantee this will happen to everyone's area, but Tennessee, you definitely want to pay close attention to those key digit numbers. Hits could be coming, and there are probably even more patterns here. This is just the starting point, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for tuning in with me. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that likey like. I appreciate that one as well. And we'll see you guys on the next video.